afternoon, and welcome to the 194th University of Wisconsin-Platteville Commencement Ceremony. My name is Dr. Mitty Nemec-Denherter, and I'm the Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. And on behalf of those seated on stage, the faculty and staff seated in front of you, and the entire university, welcome to today's ceremony. Would you please stand, remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, led today by Madison Anderson. At this ceremony, candidates walk across the stage and are handed a certificate cover without the diploma, which is a fitting metaphor for your education here. The University of Wisconsin-Platteville provided you with the framework of your education, but it's been up to you to fill that frame with the classes that you've taken, with the friendships you've made, and with the activities in which you've taken part. And you will continue to fill that frame as your University of Wisconsin-Platteville education never stops. You will realize that knowledge base, those friendships, and those memories will continue. You will forever be pioneers. This afternoon, we honor graduates in the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. Last night, the School of Business and Graduate Studies were honored. And earlier today, we saluted graduates of the College of Business, Industry, Life Science, and Agriculture, and the College of Liberal Arts and Education. In all, we have 902 undergraduates and 128 graduate candidates in all four ceremonies. As I mentioned earlier, this is the 194th Commencement Ceremony in the University of Wisconsin-Platteville's history. And during that time, we have seen more than 54,000 graduates walk across the stage. Graduates, when it is your turn to cross this stage, you will join in this special bond of those who call themselves Pioneer alumni. So congratulations to all of our candidates here today. You need to look a little happier than that. A little bit about today's ceremony. We will first hear words of encouragement and congratulations from our student speaker, then from our commencement speaker, and finally from our Chancellor. We will also recognize some special people and then the main event, the presentation of the candidates for graduation. Each commencement, a student speaker is chosen to represent you, the graduating seniors. This year's speaker is one of the first recipients of the Chancellor's Scholarship, a full tuition merit scholarship, and she has also earned the Kenneth Kundert memorial scholarship given to a mathematics student who demonstrates high moral character. She has excelled academically with a 3.95 grade point average. She is involved in numerous campus activities and has presented research in Connecticut, Texas, and Nebraska. She has more than lived up to the Chancellor's scholarship ideals. So please help me welcome to the lectern Cassidy Krause.
Thank you, Provost Stenharder. I am so honored to share this moment with you today, to celebrate the successes and the achievements of my fellow graduate students. Graduates, I'm sure that many of you over the past few days have spent some time reminiscing about your years here at UW-Platteville. Perhaps you've remembered all the great times that you've had, or some of the trouble you've gotten into. Perhaps that you've been thinking about the lessons that you've learned or the memories that you've made. I know that I've been thinking a lot about these things recently, and today I would like to share with you one of my personal memories from my college experience. The story I'd like to share is about a kayaking adventure that I had with my good friend Mattia, who graduated earlier this morning. In our adventure, we learned 5 important lessons that I think are relevant not only to kayaking, but also to our individual adventures as we leave UW-Platteville. So a few summers ago, I went to visit my friend Mattia in Minneapolis. We spent a few hours at the beach, and then we decided we were going to rent a kayak. Now, neither of us had done much kayaking before, so we thought that perhaps if we get a 2-person kayak, we would be better off. After all, 2 is better than 1, right? So she sat in the front, and I sat in the back. And we pushed off from shore, and we zigzagged off to the right, and we zigzagged off to the left. And it was about 50 yards off of shore before we could finally figure out how to go straight. So we could still see all the lifeguards and the swimmers. We were feeling pretty proud of ourselves because we finally got the hang of this, when she casually turns over her shoulder and says, "Oh, what a big spider." "A spider," I said. "Where?" Well, Mattia is a biologist, and so she's done lots of research with insects and bugs. In fact, next year she'll be a master's student in Texas studying ants. So in general, she's fascinated by these creepy crawly things. But I don't share her sentiments. So I said, "Mattia, you need to kill this thing." She said, "Well, I would, Cassidy, but it's already coming back by you." So here I am in the back of the kayak, half standing, half sitting, crouched with my paddle in front of me, ready to strike if the thing attacks. And then I see it. It comes on the side of the kayak, inching towards me. So I start jabbing at it with my paddle. And as I'm jabbing, I hear the theme music of Jaws start playing in my head. And the spider just keeps on coming. So it's about 6 inches in front of me, and I'm trying to kill it. And with one last attempt, the spider, myself, and Mattia found ourselves in the water. So here we are in the middle of the lake with our kayak tipped over. Everybody on the beach can still see what's going on. They're laughing at us. And then we realized that we've just learned 2 very important lessons. The first lesson that we learned is to not sweat the small stuff. So someday, when each of you is baking a birthday cake for your kid and you burn it, or if you're late to an appointment, or if you are attacked by a spider, don't overreact. Just deal with it calmly and you'll be okay. So the next lesson, though, was we were laughing ourselves, right? Everyone was laughing at us, and we were laughing as well. But then we slowly realized the second lesson, and that is that if you have something that matters to you, whether it be your dreams and ambitions, or your friends and your family, or your purses and your dry change of clothes that you left in the bottom of the kayak, you should hang on to them tightly and don't let them out of your sight. So we dove under the water trying to retrieve all of our lost items, and they're slowly sinking down. We managed to grab most of them, except Mattia lost a sweater and I lost one of my shoes. So we resurfaced with most of our possessions, and we decided that it was too hard to tip the kayak back upright in the middle of the lake. So we decided to push it into shore and deal with it there. So here's another difference between Mattia and myself. Mattia is a very experienced swimmer. She even swam the English Channel when she was in high school. And I, on the other hand, can almost manage to doggy paddle. So Mattia and I start to push this kayak in towards shore, which ends up with her pulling the kayak by herself and me trailing behind. So being the good friend that she is, she waits for me to catch up, tells me to just hang on to the back of the kayak and kick. So the two of us in the kayak make our way back into shore. And this is the third lesson that I'd like to share with you, is that the people on the beach and the lifeguards, they were laughing at us, and understandably so. We showed quite a scene there. But in your lives, when you see somebody who's in trouble, or when you see someone who needs help, and you have the ability and the resources and the time to help them, then you should do it. So we finally get back into shore. We dug our phones out of our purses, and we attempt to call Mattia's mother to help pick us up, because we're soaking wet and we just want to be done with this whole kayaking trip. But of course, our phones were dead. But this was really, really not good. You see, we hadn't told Mattia's mother that we were stopping at the beach, and we also were supposed to meet her 20 minutes before this. So not only were we tired and miles from home and in need of dry clothes, we had no way of contacting her. And this is lesson number 4 that I would like you to take with you as you leave, and that is to stay in touch with your friends and your family. And as you leave UW-Platteville, keep in touch with the mentors and the professors that you've had here. Let them know what you're up to. Keep those lines of communication open. So we put down our phones, went to go tip our kayak upright, and you'll never guess what we saw. The spider, yeah. The spider survived this whole ordeal. It survived the tipping over of the kayak, the pushing into shore, and there it was waiting for us. So I took my one remaining shoe that I had and I smushed it with a vengeance. But that's my 5th lesson for you, is to not run from your fears. It might not be successful, and you might create more of a mess for yourself. So with the spider dead, our kayak tipped upright, we were embarrassed, exhausted, and sopping wet. We started to head for the bus stop. It must have been a sight to see. Her without her sweater, me with only one shoe, both of us laughing at the adventure that we had just had. But we knew that it was a memory that we would never forget. And I hope that all of you have those same memories from your experience here at UW-Platteville. And I know that all of you will make many more experiences, many more memories just like that. So we made it to the bus stop and we made it home. And I want to conclude with just one more piece of advice. I know I only promised you 5, but I'll throw one in for free. And that is, don't take public transportation barefoot. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassidy. Many of you may be wondering what the different colored stoles and cords and pins are that our graduates are wearing. Our international students wear white flag stoles featuring the United States flag and the flag of their home country. University of Wisconsin-Platteville students who have studied abroad wear stoles featuring the flag of the country in which they studied. Clubs, organizations, and honor societies have bestowed different color stoles and pins on their graduates, representing extracurricular, co-curricular, and high-impact practice learning that our students have gained along with their classroom experiences. At this time, I want to call special attention to those students who are wearing gold honor cords. The undergraduate students graduating with academic honors are also designated in the commencement programs with asterisks by their name. At this time, I'm going to ask those individuals who have achieved honors and are graduating magna cum laude to please rise. These students have earned cumulative grade point averages above a 3.5. So congratulations to our magna cum laude graduates. And now you may be seated. Now, will those students earning the highest honors and are graduating summa cum laude please stand and remain standing. These students have earned cumulative grade point averages between a 3.75 and a perfect 4.0. Please join me in congratulating the summa cum laude graduates. You may be seated. Today's principal speaker is a 1985 University of Wisconsin-Platteville graduate who has been with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation for the past 29 years. She currently is the State Consultant Services Supervisor. That's a lot of alliteration there. State Consultant Services Supervisor and past President and Board of Directors member for the Women's Transportation Seminar, an international organization dedicated to building the future of transportation through the global advancement of women. She is a past recipient of the Transportation Planning Excellence Award from the United States Department of Transportation, and she is today's featured speaker. Please join me in welcoming Sharon Brimser.
Well, thank you, everyone. I'm happy and honored to be here today to speak to the 2015 Engineering, Math, and Science graduates. I want to thank Chancellor Shield, Vice Chancellor Denherter, and Interim Dean Musso for giving me this opportunity. I also would like to thank Tammy Sellerman for her nomination to have me speak, and also it's been a great experience to work with Tammy and Christina Fields at Platteville with their Sky's the Limit program, which introduces 7th through 12th grade young ladies to the technical fields and the careers that they could pursue. I was asked to share with you today a few perspectives on what my degree means to me and how I've used it in my work life these last 29, 30 some years, and then a message of advice to give to you as a graduate. So let me start with what my degree means to me. First of all, it gives me great pride that I achieved a goal I set out in high school and to attend college, and then to be a 1985 graduate of the University of Platteville. I can't tell you the pride that I have whenever we are working with people. We always have little competitions of, oh, where'd you graduate from? And we talk about Platteville, and then there's other universities that have engineering too. But Platteville always seems to be very dominant in the Department of Transportation, and we take great pride in being graduates of the university. Also, stability and self-sufficiency. I came from a working class family. My dad was very proud that I graduated college. He always told me to use my brain instead of my muscles for work. It would probably last longer. And then again, my degree means that I could be a responsible citizen of Wisconsin and repay my school loans. I think that's a very important thing. School loans got me through Platteville, and I think it's important to pay that back. Also, the independence to go seek my passion and interest. I had the fortunate enough to intern with the Department of Transportation, and that I knew there was a lot that could happen. It wasn't just solely the basic engineering that I had learned. On the softer side, it allowed me to gain lifetime friends, friends who I still work with, friends who I do business with. We have many graduates that work in the engineering firms out in Wisconsin, and so it's great to always see them and catch up on our struggles of studying all night and a couple other things we did on the weekend and other things like that. So again, those lifetime friends. But most important to me, it allowed me to meet the love of my life, my husband Robert, who graduated here also in 1985, who I met here. And he was 17 when I met him in Platteville, and we've been together 33 years. How have I used my degree? Well, at this time, I think my public speaking class is coming in pretty handy. For other things, as a civil engineer, your customer is generally the general public, It's local officials and your neighbors and friends. Transportation is used by everybody. There isn't anybody, I think, that you have or know that hasn't used transportation. And so it becomes kind of, you try to take care of those you know. In 30 years, I've worked in many areas of civil engineering I never knew about when I was sitting in the chair that you are today. I've met many people, and I've learned that I have an appreciation to work with those who have skills I do not. As a highway design and construction project manager, my first 7 years with the state, I used my very basic skills I had learned with structures and pavement design, accounting, public speaking, also to get a job designed and built. I built several projects in the Rhinelander and Southwest Wisconsin area, and I was put in charge of millions of dollars to make sure that the taxpayers were getting what they paid for. The DOT has just hired 180 new engineers in the last couple of years. So I know that it's a generation that we're going to try to get trained up and hand the reins over in the next few years as we move through the DOT. As an assistant regional engineer and construction engineer and standard spec engineer, I used that 7 years of gaining the basic knowledge how to design and build projects, and then I was the overseeing that the project engineers out there were doing them in the proper manner, according to the proper spec, and again, making sure that we were meeting all federal regulations. As an intelligent transportation systems engineer, this was always my favorite title, always a mouthful with the state. You're going to learn acronyms are a great thing. It's a fancy title for a traffic engineer who takes care of the fiber optics, message boards, signals, things like that. That allowed me to work with a lot of electrical engineers. Can't say it was one of my favorite classes here, but I did learn a lot from folks that that helped me to put the signals together. We built a triple redundant fiber optic ring that transfers all the cameras in the state on the state highways. Message boards are all remotely sent to operations center in Milwaukee and operated from there. As a state quality engineer, I found my passion. I was certified in total quality management, process improvement, and the Lean Six Sigma efforts. These are very big today in all of the engineering fields, and it allowed me to work on technology projects in which we were able to reduce paper and get the job done. We introduced electronic bidding of all of our jobs, and I'm currently working that all of our consultant contracts will be through e-contracting. Performance measurement is a critical to any business, any public business, and we have to be able to measure, are we being effective and efficient. As a state maintenance engineer, I very much enjoyed working with all of the counties who do our state maintenance. It was the real hands-on that everybody knows when the road isn't plowed. Everybody knows when there's a pothole in the road. And so maintenance made me take my construction information or experience, if you will, and then to learn that when we built it, did we build it that we set it up for failure? That took back to the specification engineers that we need to build it a different way so it lasts longer and is more cheap to maintain. As a major projects engineer, I dove into the world of finance. I worked with the legislature and our committees to finance all of the projects that were $30 million or more. It was about approximately a $362 million program. And with that, I really learned a lot about the politics of getting money into the state system, what transportation was being competing with when it comes to education, when it comes to healthcare dollars. Where is it that the legislature puts the money? And now as the state consultant supervisor, I help to manage a $200 million budget to design, build, and maintain our highways. None of these experiences were done alone. When I say I have, or you read my biography, everything I've ever done since I started working is as a team. No one does this alone. And so teamwork is certainly something that you need to grasp and you need to grasp that people have skills to help you out. I've worked with material science folks, financing, accountants, researchers, mechanics, human resource people, chemists, politicians, law enforcement, academic professors, bus drivers, child safety advocates, and car manufacturers. Through my Women's Transportation Service, I've worked with students from 4 years old through all ages to ensure that we do have that generation coming through after we all retire, or I retire, that we have people that are ready to step up. I spent 30 years continually taking my fundamental skills and I learned here and applied them to real-life transportation safety and technology issues Wisconsin faces. Remember that you will always need to continue to learn. This isn't your last day of learning. Be creative and balance your home and work life so that those closest to you know you care. Your ultimate challenge should be, how can I help others? In closing, I was asked to give you some advice. As I thought about this part of the speech, I started to think about the advice I got when I graduated, as you are today. My father wrote me a letter on my graduation day with some advice I'd like to give you today. I thought, what better can I do than to pass this on to you? He wrote, "Sherry, you have on this day done something many people never do. You set a goal for yourself and you made it. You know what it is to be poor, now take your degree and be rich. Remember, I've always said there are no experts. Somebody out there will always know more than you. But always fight for what you think is right, and then live with your mistakes if you have to. Learn everything you can now. You've been through the books. Now go outside and make it work. Be the best damn engineer you can. Go and conquer the world." Thank you for your time, and I wish the best for all of you out there. And you always wake up challenged in the morning and have the opportunity to help people with what you do.
Thank you, Sharon, for that, sharing your experiences with us and your advice from your father. And I appreciate it as a public speaking teacher, the plugs for public speaking. I now ask that Melissa Gavin, President of the Alumni Association Board of Directors, come forward to present the Alumni Lifetime Memberships.
On behalf of the UW-Platteville Alumni Association, it is my pleasure and honor to congratulate the May 2015 commencement class. I encourage you to stay connected to UW-Platteville after graduation and seek out opportunities to stay connected. Volunteer to serve on the Alumni Association Board of Directors or the College of EMS Alumni Chapter. Plan to attend an alumni event in your area or come back to campus for the EMS Expo, career fairs, homecoming, departmental golf outings, as a speaker in classrooms, or other alumni activities. Proudly display your diploma at your workplace and stay connected through our social media sites or by keeping in contact with faculty and staff. There are many ways to be an active alumnus. At each commencement, the Alumni Association recognizes select graduates by awarding them a lifetime membership into the Alumni Association. This is a $400 value. Recipients for this award have been involved on campus and in the community, have professional development experience, academic excellence, and their nominators feel strongly that they will continue to stay connected with the university and the Alumni Association upon graduation. For this semester, we have selected 6 individuals as recipients. 2 are graduating this afternoon. When I call your name, please stand. Joel Anick. Joel majored in mathematics and is from West Allis, Wisconsin. Congratulations, Joel. Nathan Sharonbrock. Nathan majored in civil engineering and is from Glen Flora, Wisconsin. Congratulations, Nathan and Joel, and congratulations to everyone else.
Thank you, Melissa. Chancellor Dennis J. Shields is finishing his 5th year at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. During that time, he has guided the campus through tremendous growth in programs, resources, and facilities. By using innovative public-private methods, he led the construction of Roundtree Commons and Bridgeway Commons that ensured that all freshmen and sophomores could remain engaged in campus life through residential living. He has spent much of this year dealing with the state budget process and its implications, remaining committed to the core mission of providing an affordable and accessible, hands-on education that is firmly founded in the university core curriculum. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome to the lectern Chancellor Dennis J. Shields.
Thank you, Dr. Denherter. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let's try it one more time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. Graduates, I'm pleased and proud to congratulate you this afternoon at this ceremony marking the completion of the requirements of your degree here at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. We are glad you chose Platteville, and even more pleased that you committed the time and effort to complete your field of study. Congratulations, you've done it, and we are proud of you. Parents and honored guests, today's ceremony would have been impossible without your dedicated support and encouragement of these graduates as they work toward their degree. Your belief that they would succeed helped them to believe in themselves and achieve the milestone that we celebrate this afternoon. Thank you. Now there's another group of people who are sitting on the first several rows here who've had a major role in the success of the students here, much so more so than anybody sitting in my seat. They teach the students every day, they advise them, they help them through the rough spots, they help them into graduate school, they help them get jobs, and that's the faculty and academic teaching staff here. I don't very often get to say this to them collectively, but they have my heartfelt thanks for all that they do for our students. Graduates, when you walk across the stage this afternoon, you will forever become a part of the Pioneer legacy. As pioneers, you are not just ready for careers, but you are ready to adapt to the changing world that you leave us for today. Your ability to manage and prevail over the challenges that await you will make a fundamental difference in your future. This afternoon, I'd like to talk a little bit about controversy and challenges. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "The true measure of a person is not how he behaves in moments of comfort and convenience, but how he or she stands at times of controversy and challenges." This year, at this university, we have had some significant challenges. Last summer, we experienced the impact of an EF2 tornado that severely damaged some of our campus buildings. The storm damage challenged us to get the campus restored and ready to receive students in 8 short weeks. We came together as a university community, taking care of one another and taking on the responsibility of executing an action plan to restore the campus. We succeeded. Students that returned in the fall came to the campus ready to receive them. I am pleased at how well the process went and how willing members of this campus community and the community at large were to accommodate the inconveniences we endured to get back to full capacity. Now this semester, we have what now seems like an even more daunting challenge. We have had to confront the looming possibility of the need to reduce our operating budget by as much as $10 million over the next biennium. These cuts, as you might suspect, are disappointing news to those who work and go to school here because they create uncertainty about employment and program activity. However, I am confident we will overcome this obstacle. We have been working together across the campus over the last few months, and we have taken the first of several necessary steps to meet and overcome this daunting challenge. I ask you to remember that for the last 150 years, the University of Wisconsin-Platteville has been a leader in delivering education that makes this region, this state, and this nation vibrant and prosperous. We will make sure that this institution continues to thrive for the future generations. There is no better evidence of this than the graduates who will walk across this stage today. We will overcome this adversity because we understand, as Dr. King says, the measure of this institution is not dictated by easy times. What matters is what we do when things are challenging. We will succeed because we will make smart choices, implementing innovative ideas, and expanding our paradigm from where it has been in times of somewhat comfort to where it needs to be to ensure that this university continues to be an effective and thriving educational institution. Now you, as graduates, must be prepared to take the same kinds of actions in your lives. For many of you, the careers that you have chosen in the last 4 years will evolve and change. Remember, when your parents and grandparents went out into the world, change occurred at a much slower pace, and there was more consistency for you to rely on. Many of you will have to adapt to changing markets and job expectations. A large percentage of you will ultimately work in jobs that do not even exist today. Even those of you who work in existing fields and disciplines will encounter challenges that will take you outside your comfort zone and demand that you adjust in order to be successful. I ask you to remember when things get challenging that you are a pioneer. Return to your guiding principles. Take the time to deliberate and make choices that will help you to continue to make progress and succeed. Now, making changes often seems uncomfortable at first, but with time and practice, it becomes the new normal. And then you'll be ready to face the next challenge. Dr. King went on to say, today, our survival depends on our ability to stay awake, to adjust to new ideas, to remain vigilant, and to face the challenge of change. Know that because you are pioneers, you are equipped to manage change effectively. This university has fortified you with a broad educational foundation that will allow you to be independent, to think critically, and be creative. These traits will allow you not only to deal with challenges, but will help you to achieve great things and enjoy great success. Today, you graduates become a part of a strong legacy of individuals who have gone before you. Know that the receipt of your Platteville diploma means that you have the knowledge, the skills, and the expertise that you need to excel at your endeavors and to blaze your own trail in life. Finally, I encourage you to see yourself as important to the world and as someone who will make a positive impact on your community, the state, the nation, and yes, even the world. Congratulations on completing your degree program. Good luck. We are sad to see you go, but we have confidence in you and in your ability. The hard work and success of students like you ensure that this university will continue to thrive for future generations. And please remember, today and every day is a great day to be a pioneer. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. And now for the main event. I'd ask that all of the individuals who are about to receive bachelor's degrees to please stand. That's all of you. Okay. Chancellor Shields, as provost and as directed by the university faculty, I certify that the individuals standing before you are candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, and upon completion of the prescribed curricula are entitled to receive their degrees from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. I therefore recommend that these candidates be granted the appropriate diplomas for the curricula they have completed.
Upon this certification by the Provost and Vice Chancellor, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree that you have earned, together with all the rights and privileges attending thereto. Congratulations.
You may be seated. At this time, I ask Registrar David Kiefer to come forward to read the names of the candidates as they cross the stage. And I ask that Dr. Masoud Muslu, Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, to come forward.
Thank you, Provost and Herder. Will the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science please stand? That's all of you. Chancellor Shields and Provost and Herder, as Interim Dean of the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science, I present to you the candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science from the College of Engineering, Mathematics, and Science. Candidates, would you please begin coming forward?
Cassidy Faye Krause. Scott M. Kozlerick. Tarek Fayez Abu Hamdan. Kayla Arns. Sammy Eagle Alexander. Joel R. Anick. Jonathan R. Arndt. Jeffrey John Artis. Nathan Sharkey Asner. Stephen M. Badger. Justin Scott Baker. Sarah Nicole Beam. Christopher John Beckman. Peter A. Beal. Kyle Joseph Banky. Jared Belter. Kyle Joseph Besaw. Joseph J. Bittner. Eric C. Blank. Amy Lynn Borkenhagen. Kevin Michael Bry. Michael J. Brogley. Gage A. Broski. Chelsea Elizabeth Bullen. Michael D. Bump. Alec M. Bonetto. Neil T. Kanar. Dylan R. Carey. Taylor R. Carlson. Jacob J. Cates. Weston L. Chadwick. Evan D. Chambers. Ian S. Christensen. Patrick S. Cirilli. Evan J. Constant. Bryce M. Corrigan. James W. H. Costigan. Chase Boyd Dahlman. Sean Andrew Davidson. Brandon J. Davids. Alexander C. Day. Sean Patrick Dean. Curtis W. DeConing. Michael C. Drosh. Christine Elizabeth Dreher. Sven Dunkel. Billy E. Entrigger. Alexander J. Evans. Jason Eric Faltasek. Cassandra Ann Fensel. Blake Lee Firehelm. Aaron M. Finke. Victoria K. Fisher. Jacob Andrew Flygar. Andrew J. Fox. Jonathan E. Fulton. Samantha N. Gallbeck. Amanda R. Gallaretto. Jacob Walter Gay. Brian Kenneth Gilbank. Andres G. Gomez Gonzalez. Matthew James Robert Gorham. Daryl W. Gravano.
Yeah, Daryl!
Lawrence B. Green.
Lawrence!
Nicholas M. Grayson. Matthew Ryan Groshek. Michelle Evelyn Gunzel. Cody A. Halbach. Andrew Michael Hayes. Adam Michael Heel. Adam S. Helsel. Matthew Gene Hefty. Caleb Robert Hendricks. Edgar Hernandez. Jacob Curtis Hoagland. Allison Lynn Hofer. Brennan James Hogan. Jordan Mark Hoover. Joshua Daniel Huber. Alaric Kyle William Hebner. Victor G. Hebner. Madeline Ann Hughes. Sam V. Jacob. Jonathan J. Jacks. Brian Joseph Junquin. Chloe M. Gillek. Alejandro Jimenez. Catherine Rose Jenkins. Christopher R. Jobs. Stephen M. Johanning. Caleb Andrew Johnson. Dylan N. Jones. Bradley Joseph Jerwitz. Sarah C. Karp. Kyle John Kellner. Jesse James Kent. Jennifer Louise Kursky. Joyce V. King. Catherine May Klain. Nicole Lynn Klepfer. Brock M. Noble. David J. Knopp. Josh Koopman. Natalie Carol Krajewski. Gregory L. Krantz. Nicole Helen Kriz. Joseph W. Kruschke. Daniel K. Lang. Jacob Kyle Lakismo. David Marvin Ludwig. Cassandra L. Mahaski. Matthew G. Mackart. Dylan Paul Manthei. Jacob Hughes Marquardt. Matthew Paul Martin. Patrick A. Martin. Megan M. McGuire. Joseph John McElry. Joseph Paul McKillip. Colin Meisner. Andrew Peter Mertz. Anthony R. Messerschmidt. Jeffrey Paul Meyer. Kevin R. Mikulski. Dylan Miller. Tyler D. Miller. Elias Joseph Motz. Daniel Joseph Mellencamp. Jarrett Jeffrey Miller. Zachary S. Nelson. Alexander A. Newman. Jessica Marie Norman. Haley Joe Norpel. Stephen M. North. Thornton Anthony O'Leary. Michael Robert Otto. Ian William Ottaway. Zach R. Parker. Matthew D. Pavlot. Matthew Allen Payne. Rick N. Pigar. Matthew A. Pennington. Robert J. Peters. Nicholas John Peterson. Michael P. Pradena. Justin Charles Rayburn. Ethan Taylor Reel. Christina M. Robinson. Jose G. Rosas. Jacob William Rosenbaum. Kendra J. Rochadle. Trevor Julian Runhog. Christopher J. Rusthoven. Luke J. Sakash. Matthew P. Scheidock. Rhett C. E. Schaefer. Stephen Edward Sharsh. Nathan J. Sharonbrock. Eric Schiebel. Alexander D. Schleiss. Blaine M. Schmidt. Eric M. Shomish. Britton Lee Schott. Corey J. Schrader. Jonathan Michael Schuster. Jason Mark Schwab. Jonathan Luke Eden Schweiz. Benjamin Robert Sigmund. William G. Simons. Eric C. Simon. Joshua S. Singer. Reed Thomas Slavey. Nate W. Smaglick. Maria E.M. Smiles. Samuel R. Subchalk. Nicholas Donald Soper. Brandon D. Staple. Lucas Patrick Starkey. Daniel J. Statz. Caleb J. Strand. Jeremy Allen Paul Stubbe. Benjamin R. Sullivan. Trevor Swartout. James Donald Talkington. Andrew James Thayer. Brittany M. Thompson. Adam J. Tomasetti. Andrew Dorsey Tomkowiak. Ethan Joseph Tranel. Dean Vincent Trainer. Colton R. Tischer. Matt P. Eitenbrook. Michael J. Vandenberg. Benjamin Taylor Van Lannen. Thomas J. Vancelis. Curtis John Veit. Jeremy J. Wagner. Mitchell John Wagner. Natasha Ann Wagner. David W. Walsh. Christopher John Wald. Brandon T. Wampfler. Andrew J. Warning. Drew J. Weber. Paul E. Weedle. Jeffrey D. Weigel. Melissa Jane Wilnow. Thomas J. Welsh V. Dylan B. Wiesenberg. Seth Benjamin Westfall. Kimberly Ann Wild. Matthew R. Willie. Weston W. Wilcock. Zong S. Yang.
Congratulations to all of you and the best of luck. Thank you.
Putting together this ceremony takes considerable work, and much of it is behind the scenes. So I want to give a special thank you to the following people: to the senior staff, some of whom are seated here on the stage, to the commencement committee led by Dr. Joanne Wilson and Dr. Lenita Lamanovich, to the commencement marshal, Dr. Philip Young, assistant professor of physics, to Registrar David Keycaper, who read the names, to the student ambassadors who served as your ushers, to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville Symphony Band led by Matthew Gregg for the music this afternoon, and to media services, production services, and the University Information and Communications staff. For all those just mentioned who helped with today's production, please rise and let us give you a round of applause. Sitting in front of the stage is a group who has taught and advised the graduates and have gone and done so much more. Education, I firmly believe, combined with compassion, can solve most of our world's problems. and I believe that teaching in higher education is a noble calling. Those who follow that calling frequently are not as appreciated or compensated as they deserve to be. So why do they do this work? Because they are committed to education, they're committed to you, their undergraduate students, and they make a difference in the lives of you as individuals and thereby in your communities and ultimately in the world. So I ask that the faculty and teaching academic staff please stand and turn and face the students so that they may give you a round of applause. You may be seated. Now, none of this would have been possible without this last group, who has helped our graduates throughout their collegiate careers and indeed throughout their entire lives. Would the families and friends of the 2015 graduates please stand and be recognized? They look a little bit happier than you graduates. So. Finally, would you please stand, turn to page 48 of your commencement program to sing the Alma Mater, led again by Madison Anderson. It's a little anticlimactic, but would everyone please be seated? The commencement ceremonies have been recorded and are available for on-demand viewing on the campus website. I ask that everyone please remain seated until the faculty has left the gymnasium. The graduates will remain to greet parents, relatives, and friends. Once again, congratulations to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville graduating class of 2015.
skips a beat. Ooh, when you kiss me, it knocks me off my feet. I like your little stories, I like everything